Hi sir, good day. So this is my answer for the week 10, chapter 5, lesson 3, information gathering techniques. To begin with the let's begin question. Which of these assessment tools and methods used by your teachers did you like best as a student? So actually, all of these 6 assessment tools is used by my teachers. However, what I like the most among these 6 are the checklist, self-evaluation, and observation because I like how my teacher utilized these 3 assessment tools and methods. Our observation notes and anecdotal records are objective ways of evaluating. I think it's a yes that observation notes and anecdotal records are objective ways of evaluating students because in this case, the teacher is evaluating based on the performance of the learners and not just from their own perspectives. They assess and evaluate with students' development. With that, they able to know each student's unique interest, personality, learning style, and needs. The teacher make valid judgments and evaluation from the behavior the students able to display. Are checklists the same as the rating scales? So checklists and rating scales can be both used during class time when students are actively engaged in learning activities. It can be used with all students, either individually, in pairs, or in groups. Also, assess the students' abilities, attitudes, or performance in process areas. Assess the extent or degree to which specific concepts, skills, or attitudes have been acquired. The main difference between the checklist and rating scales is that checklist observes whether the criteria is met or not. In the case of rating scales, a number is given, often to ascertain the level to which the student has achieved the aim of the activity. Can self-evaluation be a checklist? So for me, it can that evaluation is a checklist because self-evaluation is a way of assessing our own performance against set criteria for us to identify our strengths and weaknesses. That would give us valuable information of what we know and do to a set criterion, as we are aware if that certain thing we accomplish based on the given criteria. That's why I can say that self-evaluation can be a checklist in the sense that both can be used in assessing individually for us to know if we met the standard and to know what skills we acquired. And this is the rating scale for poem recitation that I able to construct. So as you can see, I have here 10-item rating scale, or shall we say 10-item category. Then for the corresponding scores, for excellent, you got a score of 8 to 10, very good 5 to 7, good 3 to 4, and fair 1 to 2. So the first category is content. You got a score of 8 to 10 for excellent if you recite all the words exactly as author wrote them, and fair if you missed several words and the meaning slightly changed. So the second is pronunciation and expression. Excellent if you are able to communicate very well with a varied tone. Fair if you are unable to articulate most of the words without a varied tone. Next is preparedness. If people was completely prepared and had practiced well, for excellent, and fair if people not seem to be prepared to present. Next category is eye contact. So excellent if you constantly maintained eye contact with the audience, and fair if you did not maintain eye contact with the audience. Fifth category is voice projection. So excellent if the presentation was very loud and very clear, and fair if the presentation was very soft and very unclear. Next is fluency. So excellent if the delivery was very fluent, and fair if the delivery was not fluent. Seventh category is enthusiasm. So excellent if it generates and displays a strong interest and enthusiasm, and fair if it does not generate much interest or enthusiasm. Then eighth category is poses and pacing. So excellent if the poses were effectively used and recites the poem slowly. And fair if the poses were not intentionally used, poem is recited rapidly, and the delivery is either too quick or too slow. Ninth category is posture and body language. So excellent if you stands up straight, looks relaxed and confident, movement seems fluid, made movement as gesture to enhance presentation, and fair if you slouch, no movement or gestures. And the last category, which is the 10th, is the pitch and tone. Excellent if the pitch was used often to convey emotions appropriately, changes voice tone to emphasize important content, and fair if the pitch wasn't used to convey emotion. And this is an example of self-evaluation for good behavior in class. I also have here the 10 items. So first, you have to write your name and the date. Then check always if you perform this behavior all the time. Sometimes if you perform it occasionally or irregularly, and check never if you never perform that behavior. So the first behavior is I am polite and respectful to classmates and the teacher. So check always if you always perform that behavior. Sometimes if you perform that irregularly, and never if you did not perform that behavior. The second is I have self-discipline and turn in my work on time. Third, I listen when the teacher and other students are talking. Fourth, I care about others and show respect with words and actions. Fifth, I ask for help by raising my hand and waiting patiently. Sixth, I work cooperatively with others. Seventh, I try to cool down before I speak if I am angry. Eighth, I will help other students understand confusing schoolwork. Ninth, I follow school and classroom rules. And 10th, I modeled correct choices, behavior, and work so others could follow my example.